And he's in the ACC finals.
Augustine fired up as we now move to 184. That's also chalk, where Mat 1 will have Heller and TJ Stewart. We'll have the number 2 seed, Dylan Fishback, taking on the 3 seed, Gavin Kane from NC State and North Carolina, respectively.
And I'm looking at Tony Ramos here in the corner. And I know Tony was a little bit, as I butcher his name too, a little upset that I got tongue-tied on Lachlan McNeil's name. So I just wanted to make that right. And I'll do my best, Tony, not to mess up Gavin Kane for this match.
Kane, a known name in your business as well.
There it is, yeah. His brother was pretty good too, I think.
Yes, yeah. Guy known as The Undertaker.
And ironically, Gavin Kane had a brother who was also very good.
Yeah. Kane's been an All-American here at Carolina. Had some battles with Matt Finesilver back in the day. Fishback, a really talented guy out of Ohio, who's very capable of being on the podium.
What state's Fishback from?
The great state of Ohio.
Oh, there we go. I like to hear that.
You know I do too.
Sandwiched between 2 Ohio guys over here.
There you go.
Apologies to Rhino.
Both of these dudes here have very funky hips. When they get into certain sprawl positions, should be fun if they can get into some scrambles here. Watch some good wrestling.
Kane beat Virginia's Justin Phillips 12-4 to get to the semifinals. Fishback with a tech fall of David Hussey out of Duke.
Good shot by Fishback.
This is a matchup, you know, that's got big implications, not only for this tournament, but also for the tournament to come. You have Gavin Kane, a guy who's been on the podium before, knows how to get it done in March. He beat Hunter Bolin in that All-American round one year versus Dylan Fishback. Again, a guy that's been right there. And also, you know, his only 2 losses in the ACC have come to Reese Heller. So maybe he gets a third matchup with him and finally figures it out here and gets a lot of momentum going into Philadelphia.
Yeah, this is a huge round for the team race as well, as we see TJ Stewart and Heller on mat 1. Here on mat 2, we've got Fishback and Kane. NC State's had some momentum going in the gym right now, and they're looking to continue that with Fishback. That's a beautiful duck.
Gavin Kane holding tight.
Oh, he goes for the snake there.
He's going for the knockout punch, and I don't dislike it.
Fishback in those 2 losses to Heller out of Pitt. They were tight 2-1. And then on January 24th, they met again, and it was 6-2 in favor of Heller.
His attack rate here has been really high. He's bringing a lot of pressure onto Kane.
Yeah, you wonder if he should have just taken the guaranteed points. I said I didn't dislike it, and I still stand by that because your career and you got to let it fly. But, you know, that duck was so pretty he got behind. It almost would have maybe made more sense to take the 3 points. But for what it's worth, Fishback, I would have done the same.
People buy tickets to the ballpark to watch home runs.
Virginia Tech now leading the team race with 56 points. NC State in second with 44. Virginia with 25.5.
There's a stall on Kane.
Top 4.
Good shot again. Secures it. Persistence. This is about the 5th shot from Fishback, and he finally secures it late in the period on the edge.
And if you're Kane, you got to be thinking, I need one back here. I need one back here. I've got to get a point on the board going into the second. It's going to be a big deal. Good job by Fishback playing the edge a little bit there and also recollecting the wrist to break him flat to hopefully ride out the period if you're rooting for the Wolfpack here.
Eight seconds remaining. Fishback with a 3-0 lead over Kane.
Curious to see what Kane does off the whistle here. He goes straight stand. Figured he was going to go for a roll.
You just got to wrestle out here and Kane and get another reset because it's going to be hard to get that escape on the edge there.
On January 31, Fishback took down Kane. Major decision, 14-5.
Good look at this. Fishback sucks up the hips on the nice double leg, gets his finish on the edge, gets to a tight waist, rides out the rest of the period.
Yeah, high-level percentages are so important at this point in the season. If you go to those finishes on your double leg, on your head inside, on your head outside single, that give you the greatest rate of success, that's really where it's going to be. People don't understand. There's 3 parts to every shot. There's the shot itself, which is where you're in on the leg, but there's the setup that leads into that, and lastly, the finish. And I would argue, especially at this point in the year, you're not going to get many opportunities to get in on those legs, so you can't get lazy on that finish. You have to commit, no matter how hard it is, no matter how much energy it takes, to go to the highest percentage finish rate.
Completely agree. And we see this in moving through the field. You have limited opportunities to get in on these types of attacks. The deeper and deeper you go into these tournaments, you have to make them count.
See the team scores on the top of your ACC Network extra screen with Virginia Tech, who knocked off NC State to finish the regular season 21-10.
You see UVA in 3rd place. Really impressive showing so far for them. Team that was outside the top 25 coming into this tournament.
Fishback here is riding real stingy, you know, bouncing around, trying to get lift and returns going, and he's just giving nothing up to Kane right now. Kane's going to have to do something here to make it happen on his own part, because I don't think Fishback's willing to concede anything at this moment.
It was sometimes last year in matches, Fishback would fade a little bit. Pace would slow down. He's not breathing heavy at all, even considering the pace he's wrestling at. He's putting a lot of pressure on him. He just seems very comfortable.
And as I said, he doesn't concede anything. He got to about the 1:03 mark on riding time and then let him go. So clearly that was kind of an objective or a goal. Maybe it was a strategy from the corner. That was the mark that he was going for. He wanted to get that riding time potential point on the board.
It seems like they're not only thinking about winning, they're thinking about bonus.
I wondered what
a 3-1 match.
Do you think it was flexibility going into the 3rd for your choice, or do you think it's a potential for bonus where he's trying to get every point he can? As he's in deep on a single here, I think we have our answer.
I think Espo's, thinking team score.
And like Dean said, there was a major earlier in the year here, so it's very, very likely.
Good flexibility by Kane here.
Now, if I am Fishback, I'm wanting to post my left hand. I'm wanting to elevate that foot of Kane's, and then I'm going to want to bring him back to the middle.
This is a position that Conrad Dudziak, national finalist from Duke, excelled at. Just kind of finishing this low ankle position. Good job by Kane to prevent a score.
3-1. Fishback, since we're talking Ohio, won it as a junior, did not give up a point in the entire tournament, and then as a senior went ahead and went 39-0.
I'd say that's pretty good. You can't do much better than that, right?
How do you not allow a point?
I don't know, Dean. I let up a lot of points in my life, so I'm not entirely sure. You know, in my own ACC final, I don't know if you remember, I dug myself a nice 6-0 hole to have to dig out of before winning it. So, yeah, I'm not sure, but very impressive by Dylan Fishback.
It's not quite New Hampshire State's, but Ohio State's is pretty good.
And we would never want to be New Hampshire State's.
These people know the preeminent wrestling state in the country.
That northeast region has been home to many great wrestlers, including my now boss, Paul Levesque, also known as Triple H.
Nashua, New Hampshire's own. Won a title in that gym.
There you go.
TJ Stewart goes down on mat 1 for Virginia Tech, so team race implications here for Fishback if he can get into the finals.
He's got that 3-point lead as he extends it. And now we're at a 6-point lead, but he's close to that riding time that makes it 7. So what are you thinking here, Ryan? Are you trying to secure the ride time point and then let him go again?
Kevin Jack yelled from the corner immediately, cut him. And I think that's the right call. Give yourself some more time to get that last takedown, because you feel like if you end up on top, you're going to end up with riding.
Yeah, and a guy like Gavin Kane, you know he's going to come and try to get that bonus. You're going to try to exploit any mistake he might make by getting overzealous or over-aggressive here. Punch your way right back into the match.
That is a beautiful timed re-attack. Kane relaxed a bit off his own attack, and Fishback saw it. Good hips by Kane.
I was going to say he did an amazing job redirecting the head.
He's going to score.
Yep. And that's
now he's going to let him loose.
Yep, to try to
he's
get back
in this match.
Takedown away from tying it.
We've got riding time ticking there in the neutral position. Hopefully that gets adjusted or doesn't come into play here.
That was the first time Fishback really looked at the clock. Said, what's the score? What's the situation?
Sometimes when those points are flying up on the board, you're not even entirely sure what the score is. You're just trying to worry about the next position, next point, and then when you finally get a little bit of break in action, you go, where are we at? Oh, yeah, okay, it's 9-5 now. I forgot.
Looks like he's going to end up with the victory, a big win for NC State, punching another one to the finals, and Dylan Fishback.
Looks like they'll get those advancement points, but won't get the bonus points that you had been talking about earlier in the match.
Dylan Fishback will go to back-to-back NCAAs, but for him, more importantly, he'll be in tonight's championship final at 184. Here's the takedown.
Just nice counter up, gets to underhook, gets to the single leg, covers the hip, takes the lead.